All right, another edition of Hunt for the Prize, week 15. Austin is not here, but the show will go on. Joining me is Wild Card Zone. Cam, what's going on, man?
What's good? What's good? You know what I mean? Appreciate having me again. I'm actually mad it took me 15 weeks to get on the hunt for the prize, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I'm happy I'm here. This is dope. I think it's fire what you got going on, man. Obviously, I think Wild Card is fire. So we here. We finna tap in this morning, get the people what they need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we got some, it might be an easy pocket day today, and we probably shouldn't think too much hard about it. I mean, it's been 15 weeks. We know what the NFL teams are at this point. Obviously, COVID has been a breakout and changing a lot of games, but at the end of the day, we still know what teams are. So before we get started, Hunt for the Prize is sponsored by Edge House, the number one sports betting analytics platform in the world. You can go to edgehouse.com and enter promo code KEV20, and you'll get a 20% off your initial subscription. Edge House, you can find your edge. So we'll talk about that as we go into the show. But first, we got to talk about Thursday night recap first. Chiefs defeat the Chargers in overtime. I had Chiefs spread, so I was sitting there nervous when the Chargers took the lead late in the fourth. Mahomes over 400 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and Chargers go for it twice in Chiefs territory, end up with 0 points, which you go for it, you don't go for it, you win the game in regulation. So, your thoughts on that game, man? Chiefs Chargers they split now. Chiefs in full control of the AFC West.
So yeah, like you say, that game, big game, it was a big division game. Like you say, split down the middle. Herbert versus Mahomes, all that good stuff. And like you say, I think it came down to who could make plays at the right time. Chargers did make the plays.
Right.
But I think they played an aggressive style of football that I agree with the coach needed to be played if you're going to play championship level ball. You know what I mean? It's the old Bruce Arians, no risk it, no biscuit talk.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it was a
Cool.
good game. Good game. Very exciting. Um, the Chiefs been hot, man. I think ever since that Raiders game, the first time they look like one of the best teams right now in football. Looking like they might come out the AFC again. We'll see. That's two. They already won 2 Super Bowls in a row, right? So they could be the third one. That'd be crazy.
They've been to two in a row.
That'd be a little crazy. We'll see if anybody can stop them, which includes the Indianapolis Colts or the New England Patriots, who plays Saturday Night Football.
Right.
Jonathan Taylor MVP performance once again: 29 attempts, 170 yards, and 1 touchdown against a Bill Belichick defense who usually take away your number one option. Um, I don't know if you saw the graphic, but the last 6 or 7 rushers they showed that through like 14 weeks, Taylor just on right on pace with the MVP guys. So, does Jonathan Taylor have a chance to win MVP, or do you think it might just be a QB award?
I think this year he has his best chance to win. When I say his, I mean in a position player other than a quarterback, their best chance to win the MVP this year. I think because of COVID, I don't think any of your usual suspects outside of the Tom Brady has had a full and or complete season statistically. You know what I'm saying? Where they come out in each and every game, you got a case to say this guy's been dominant all season. Even Aaron Rodgers, you can say whatever you want to say about Green Bay, where they're sitting in the standings, how well they're playing, but he missed what 1-2 games
All right, yeah,
for sure, right? And there's other games where he just wasn't flat out stellar. So I think this year Jonathan Taylor's been one of the most consistent and honestly best players in football this year, quarterback wise. And I think the only person you can really say that's been as consistent, as produced better numbers, is maybe Tom Brady. And I think below him is a Matthew Stafford, maybe. So I think he's right there in that range where he can definitely be a risk to take the award if we got any Tom Brady fatigue for sure.
yeah. I think they probably should just, for this sake, Tom Brady best QB award, and then get Taylor MVP. Might as well. Let Tom Brady win Offensive Player of the Year, like because just by default alone. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor, man, the Colts they clicking. They beat the Patriots, who was on like a 6-7 game win streak. So
Yep.
you beat the Patriots at home off a bye. Now you're right now going into Sunday, you're right in the playoff picture. So, the AFC basically beating each other up. I think Colts got another. They got an easier game later on the next 3 weeks. So they should get 10 wins. And I think if you get 10, you win. So shout out to the coach for a good performance, dominant performance. Matt Jones, 2 picks. Didn't look the greatest, but he was okay. He was okay. I know he had to lose at some point.
Yeah, he's a rookie. I mean, I think
Right.
we're at 9-5 now.
Yeah.
But coming into the game, I think 9-4, producing, in the games and against the competition he had produced against this year in his first year. I mean, I don't think you can ask for too much. This is still the team that, had limited weapons the year before, had a lot of issues, and to see him come in and kind of mesh with the growth of those issues. Well, I won't say the growth of those issues, but the growth of those fixes. I mean, it speaks a lot to who Mac Jones is, what he's capable of doing, and kind of what he got going on down the road. You seen me tweet yesterday. I can't stand how commentators gobble him up all day, but I think it's some value in some of the stuff they say about him. It's not just gas, the Alabama gas, the New England Patriot gas.
Yeah.
I think it's some real petroleum right here. I think he got something cooking. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy MacBook Jones. That's what he should have went with instead of what is it? MJ10.
No, he's not good enough in it. He's not good enough initials.
You got to go MacBook Jones or something. You feel me? I guess he probably get some real trouble with that one, wouldn't he?
All right, let's go into the 1:00 games. The first one, man, Arizona travel on the road to face Detroit. So usually when a West Coast team travels to the north at this time of the year, you get a little worried. But Detroit is in a dome, so Arizona.
It's just Detroit, right?
Yeah, it's gonna feel right at home, right? So the spread 13 points with the Arizona Cardinals has covered a lot of spreads this year. So is Detroit. So we're going to talk about this game. You got Jared Goff. Hey, but there's no Swift. Like he's not playing.
He's blowing it for me fantasy wise too. By the way,
TJ Hawkinson, I don't know, man. You don't really have too much talent on this team.
Yeah, this is really a game from a fantasy, from a viewer, and from a betting perspective. I'm gonna completely stay away from. Like you say, Detroit likes to cover a lot of spreads for some reason. Yeah, Arizona covers the spreads, and I don't know what Detroit Lion team will come out here. They're gonna lose. That's not the question.
Mm-hmm.
But are they gonna be bad enough for a full game to cover a spread? You just don't know what you're gonna get from them. I don't want anything to do with it from a fantasy perspective. DeAndre Hopkins is out. The Arizona outside of Kyler Murray and James Conner, I think he's a lock in. I wouldn't, from a fantasy perspective, I wouldn't touch this game. There's nothing. There's just nothing about this game makes me feel comfortable other than the Lions will lose this game.
Arizona definitely coming out with a win, especially trying to get the 1 seed. You can't. I get the any given Sunday, and I think it's going to be a theme throughout their show. I get the any given Sunday, but I think it's a moot point toward the end of the season. Like teams shouldn't be getting tripped up because you need every win. Every win is important at this point. So losing week 3, okay, but now you can't do it. So Arizona
this on the road. Week 7 loss, I could see them taking out a week 15.
Right, exactly. So last week Detroit got destroyed by Denver, a team who can stop the pass, right? And Cardinals defense is one of the best pass defenses in the league too. So if you're going with kind of the same format, plus Kyler is better than Teddy Bridgewater by a pretty sizable gap, it should be another blowout. That's what I expect. But like you said, it's a game where Lions for some reason just want to play good football or cost a lot of bettors this year, but definitely Lions to lose.
Final answer: are you taking the 12.5?
It was 10.5. I'll take it. I'm scared of 12 because I feel like Lions kick a field goal for no reason and and cover it. So
that shit can go wrong. Okay, on the same page there. All right, sure.
All right, let's go to the next game. Dallas Cowboys on the road, -11 spread against the New York Giants, who I believe that Daniel Jones is still out for this game as well. So, I mean, the Giants, they haven't looked good at all. But the Cowboys offense ain't really looked good at all either. Mm-hmm. The run game for the Cowboys has not been impressive. Zeke is banged up. Dak not delivering now he got all the weapons now, so you can't really say nothing now. You got Lamb, Cooper, and Gallup all back, and Dalton Schultz. So I don't see why he was struggling last week. I think Tony Pollard is questionable, so we'll see if he play. But I mean, what the Cowboys, they right there for the 1 seed too. They 1 game back, so they got to go in and they got to show out.
I'm with you. I mean, like you said, the Giants are in complete disarray. I mean, from firing the offensive coordinator, the offense not looking good at all. Same old problems as last year. Can't protect the quarterback, can't run the football, wide receivers aren't healthy. It's the same old, same old. And, Daniel Jones happens to be out. So just pour gasoline on that fire. And like you say, Dallas, I think their defense for the last few, say 5 weeks, I'd say, I like to just be modest and say 5 weeks has been carrying them. And the offense, like you say, their weapons have been there. Dak has got back healthy. The receivers have gotten back healthy. Went through all the COVID, concussions, all that stuff. Gallup, they got the full complement of pieces, and can't seem to put together a really nice and thorough offensive game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think the quality of opponents have been, let's say since outside of what we got, I think Kansas City week 11. I don't even see the difficulty in opponents. You got Washington, the Saints, Raiders, Falcons, Broncos. You know what I'm saying? And they got actually the ass kicked by the Broncos, by the way, while leaving on there. But in that stretch of games, like you say, I haven't seen that consistency from the offense, but I have seen the defense in every game, I think, except for that Denver game, kind of show up and keep that football team in space. But I think that's a really dangerous team because you still can't deny the complement of weapons they got. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
all need to come together and not cowboy
it. It seemed like so the Giants losses like they lost to the Dallas Cowboys before 44-20. That's a game Daniel Jones got knocked out of about midway through the second quarter. They lost that game by 24. 24 points. Then play the Rams the next week, got obliterated. Then play the Buccaneers a couple weeks later, got obliterated. Play the Chargers, got obliterated. And you play Dolphins, and I think he lost by double digits, but 20. They were 29. So it seems like to me, the teams that they can't beat are teams with the pass the ball. So Rams, Dallas, Buccaneers, the two have been looking better, and then Justin Herbert last week. But the teams they beat the Eagles. I mean, they beat Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Like teams who not pass, they beat the Saints. The teams are not passing the ball, or not beat the Saints, but they cover spread. Did they beat the Saints?
They beat it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I lost on y'all that week.
Oh,
anyway, but the point remains, they beat teams who can't pass the ball. So if you can pass the ball, you can beat the Giants. Dak got all his weapons this time. He didn't have Gallup last time, so I'm taking Cowboys. And the spread. I'm taking that too.
I'm taking Cowboys and the spread. The Daniel Jones factor not being there, I think this game can get out of hand. So I think this is an easy spread. I think they can take, and like you said, I just can't repeat enough. I think this will be the week the Cowboys get it going.
So yeah.
What we got
now? Now we got the Jets traveling to Miami Dolphins, 9.5. 41 over. So it's supposed to be a low scoring game. They don't think the Jets can score enough, which probably they're probably solo points is probably like 14 or something. They probably don't believe they'll get 14 points in this game. The Dolphins, man, they've been hot the last 6-7 weeks. They put on the show. They were saying Brian Flores was gonna get fired. Now they're saying he's coach of the year, kind of like to turn the game around. So I don't know what they want over there, Brian Flores.
You know how they've been doing with Brian Flores since he got there. That we'll be on this show for 2 or 3 hours trying to get to the bottom of that one. But they are kind of up and down. I think the quarterback play throughout the season, health, it's really hard to evaluate Tua, create some type of consistent scheme, offense, anything with the especially early because Tua was in and out of the lineup. I think what was his injury?
He had a hip and he had I think he had a ribs too.
Yeah, so
it
was just a lot of stuff just in and out of the lineup. And I think for the first time, like you say, in this last, I use like a 4 or 5 week period where he's been in, they been producing, and what they won like 5 in a row.
Yeah. So they I mean, technically they have a path to the playoffs. Like it's a very slim path, but the thing is, everybody play each other. So like you right there, and you got the Jets coming up on the schedule, like we said before. This is not any given Sunday anymore. The Jets beat the Titans. They beat the Bengals, which that cost me a lot of money. Like I still don't know who the hell is Mike White. And they beat the Texans.
Still
So
mad about that one.
still, I can't let that go. I will never let that go. But the Jets are 3-10 according to Edge House against the spread.
Say it again. Let me get that stat.
The Jets are 3-10.
3-10.
3-10 against the spread. I mean, blowouts by New Orleans, Philly, Buffalo, Colts, Patriots, all blew them out. Denver blew them out. Patriots blew them out. I mean, Dolphins are a better team. I think Jets are missing their two best weapons. Elijah Moore is on IR, and so is Corey Davis. So Zach Wilson, who already struggles as it is, now you don't have two of the guys to throw the ball to, and you got Byron Jones, you got Xavier Howard on the other side.
Yeah.
Good luck. I'm taking Dolphins and I'm taking the spread.
Yeah. I think I want to take the over on this for sure. You know how sometimes you stay away. This is one of them games. Look, I think I'm gonna take the over because it's a division game. I think we in Miami with it, right?
Yep.
In Miami. Wow, it's always wild games in Miami. And I think and for the spread purposes, I don't know if it'll be as a 9.5 point, game because Jalen Waddle's out this week.
True.
I think that there's some pieces missing on. That's his favorite piece. Probably the only piece he got a real good rapport with. I mean, the other receivers, Gesicki, even Devontae Parker, and out of lineup, I don't think he has that level of rapport, which could lead to a Tua-like letdown game, poor game. And I think that's what we do for today. That's my prediction for today. I think it's going to be a close game. So I'm staying away from the spread on this. I think this is going to be more of a field goal game. And I think it's going to be a little more higher scoring than you think just because of that division edge to it. The Jets don't want to lose. Robert Saleh, I think, is a really, really he's not trying to lose. So he's going to go out there. I think they're going to play hard. I think they're kind of like the Lions of the AFC where it's like they're terrible, and we know that.
Right.
But they play hard, so you just never know what week it'll be. Like you said, they'll come out and beat the Titans. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is those games where they keep it close. They don't win it, but they cover the spread. And I think they cover. And I think we can go with the over on this. That's where I'm sitting at with this game. Okay. Another game I'm scared to touch.
Okay. No, I get what you're saying. The last time they played through week 11, and the spread was -3.5 at that point, and the Dolphins won by 7. So now they're at home. They probably still win by 7. So yeah, I can see.
I just don't know. Like we could. They could play this back, and it could be a 25-point game. You never know. But how I'm feeling this morning right now, man.
I got you. All right, let's go.
Let's cover.
Carolina at Buffalo Bills. Spread is -13 over under 44. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't care what the data shows. I don't care what anybody talking about. The NFL guys was gonna make the Bills versus Patriots the game of the week next week, which is why the Patriots had to lose their coach and why the Bills would dismantle the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, we on the same page. We got the same theory.
It got to happen. And on top of that, Carolina. I'm sorry, Panthers fans. Carolina done. They're not winning another game. Matter of fact, when we get off this show, I'm going to go ahead and put my money where my mouth is. And Carolina, wherever the win total is right now, I'm taking the under. They got Buccaneers twice. They got Saints the last game of the season, and Buffalo gonna whoop their ass today.
Right. Look, I think so. This is the one that we can keep it short on. I think it's just set up because the Buffalo are one back against the wall, irrelevant to I do agree with the game of the week next week. It's a beautiful setup, especially now that the Patriots already lost last night. But also the Bills are literally fighting for their life now. They are in the torture chamber. They're looking around and they don't know where they are. They see something and it's some garbage in front of them. And that's the Carolina Panthers. They're in disarray. They don't know who their quarterback is. And Cam Newton is a little bit over his, what's the word that I would like? He's a little in over his head in this situation. It's not hard to learn Carolina over again, but you got to currently learn this system and this playbook, and it's just this is not working out, and it's just Christian McCaffrey's hurt. The wide receivers can't catch. Offensive line can't really block that. It's just not going well. The only bright spot is the defense, but they're just not gelled and great enough to carry this terribly ran off.
Tired. Be on defense. They be on the field too damn long.
All so Buffalo is going to cover this spread. They're going to beat Carolina by multiple touchdowns. I might have took this if they had it at 17.
like you said, when you're desperate, there's no way you come out last days go against a Panthers team that's reeling, because we talked about on our podcast last week, like what was Panthers going to do? You got Darnold on the books next year, and you got bring back Cam Newton.
Got to bring Cam back, right? Or you wasted your time.
Still, them boys gonna be Matt Rule. Matt Rule might get fired.
Well, yeah, he already let Joe Brady go. I didn't like that. Hopefully, Joe Brady. I think Joe Brady already got a job somewhere else. I can't remember.
I thought that was a reach. That was a reach in my opinion, but
yeah, it's always a reach. It's just like, but Matt Rule is on the line. He is. It's time to get the butter from the duck, Matt Rule.
Yeah. A blowout today, 2 blowout losses from the Bucs, and the only reason why they might compete against the Saints is because Saints ain't got Tom Brady or Josh Allen. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not gonna move the ball, so anyway, Matt Rule, you might be out of them, boy. So I'm sorry.
He might be out of them, my boy. This
Houston versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville, 4.5 favorite. Jesus, I never thought I'd say that. Over under 39.5. So you're talking about 23-20, and you win. So that might be a little too low. The Texans are the worst team in football as far as putting the ball in the end zone. They're last in every single offensive stat. Davis Mills has yet to win a game as a starter. They play cover 2 all games, so they don't get beat deep, and they still give up 30 points. Once Urban Meyer got fired, I was like, "Oh, Jazz win this game easily." I was like, Trevor Lawrence about to show you why he's the first pick today.
Nah, he stinks too.
He's sorry. But Bevel is taking over.
Yeah,
we know Bevel from the Lions in Seattle. We're not really too impressive, but one thing he's gonna do, he's gonna run that ball. So he can run the ball. So James Robinson,
owners.
I hope you're not playing James Robinson today, because it might be nasty for you, because Texans ain't gonna stop it. They can't stop nothing. Can't stop nosebleed. Can't stop nothing.
Yeah. After the week the Jags had to still come into this game as a 4.5 point favorite, shows you like how Kev said the Texans are ass. It's very simple. They're not.
I'm about to say, we ain't got to spend too much time on this. Just know both teams sorry.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna pick one, I'll take the Jags. All signs point to Jacksonville.
Go ahead.
You're really betting against the Texans. Who Texans play, pick the other team. That's really what it is.
Yeah, you wanna. This is the one game probably in fantasy where you probably wouldn't start. I'm still a little skeptical to start the Jags defense against anybody. But normally each week, whoever the Texans are playing got a good chance that defense is gonna go off.
They can get to the quarterback. Josh Allen and the boys can get to the quarterback. Davis Mills, like we said, he's sorry. General Mills, he's sorry.
General Davis ass Mills. Okay.
Let's go to a better game. Tennessee versus Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers favored by 2 points at home, which is I think is close to being Big Ben's last games at Hinesville probably. This game interests me because I want to choose Steelers, and this is why. So Titans' best thing about defense is they stop the run. They're one of the best teams to get top 5 against the run. Mm-hmm. But the pass, bottom of the league and against the pass. So the Steelers should look to support that matchup. And on top of that, on the flip side, the Titans are a bottom team in the offense, so they're hitting it down. I'm talking about ranked 25th and lower in every single category. Yeah. Tannehill not making it no better. They don't know what they want to do at running back. And Julio's the only guy I receive. So
yeah, and when he shows up,
right, and he's not
like David Ruffin now. We don't know if he's gonna show up to the show or not. That's why I say Tannehill. This is an interesting game, like you say. It's interesting to see an opening line of any Pittsburgh versus a quality football team and they're being the favorites.
Also,
This is interesting
man,
because didn't they tie with the Lions?
tie with the Lions. Yeah,
They
you
tied with
know, hey, that's what gets me. Like this should be a. I feel like this Vegas trying to trap me because Steelers should win this game. If Titans can't do anything on offense, like you gotta go with the least thing. Like Titans can't do nothing on offense. Steelers defense is not that great, but they're not that sorry.
but they tied with the Lions, so even a 1.5 point spread, you're still skeptical when it
Yeah.
comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I think since this such an easy spread to hit, I would take them not covering this. This is one of those games where I'm not fooling with Pittsburgh. I'm not fooling with this. I'm not fooling with the over and under either. I think that's not even a really high over and under. And I still don't think these teams, like you said, both offenses are terrible. And they, from the standpoint of the Tennessee Titans, they just don't have everything working together right now. You lose an MVP candidate, Derrick Henry. It's enough said. We don't even have to dig deep into how that'll affect your team. Your wide receivers aren't there. Whatever you think about Tannehill personally is already going on. And then you got Pittsburgh, which I think is on the border of being they are a history, a lesson away from being a terrible organization.
You
You know
got
what
to
I
be
mean?
fourth place in the AFC North.
Yeah, if they weren't the Pittsburgh Steelers, we'd be having a totally different conversation about them. We'd be speaking about them as we spoke about some of these other teams. So it's just hard for me to take Pittsburgh. I think that the better coach right now, the more consistent coach, and the more consistent team that I can trust and count on, is going to be coming from Nashville. It's a home game for the Steelers, I guess, but I'm inclined to go with Tennessee with this one right here.
Man, y'all, you making me want to change my pick to Tennessee so bad because, all right, you know how my Vikings are. We like to let people back in games. Let's just pretend that was the Buccaneers last week.
Mm-hmm.
Buccaneers probably would have won by 60.
Yeah,
and that's not even like I'm not even like Vikings should have beat them by 50 last week, and you had to come back against the Chargers. You had to come back against the Vikings. You're getting blown out both those games. You got blown out by Cincinnati. And then you probably shouldn't have won the Baltimore game if Baltimore wanted to, go in overtime. So,
right.
Pittsburgh terrible. I don't think they get that many more wins. I had them at 7-10 going into the season, so they right there on line where I need to be. So
they're a little past where I expected them to be. So
if Derrick Henry was playing, this spread would be -10, Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm keeping my heart with Tennessee today, man.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna avoid the game because I don't know what to do. All right, Cincinnati at Denver Broncos. Broncos favorite -3 at home. Over under 44. Everything to me in this game points Broncos, but this is what scares me. If you say it comes down to Teddy Bridgewater versus Joe Burrow, I have no faith in the Broncos.
When you break it down like that,
when you keep it simple like that, no faith. But
I really think this. I'm like, this is a little closer game. But if you look at it from that perspective, it's not even close.
Like, because Broncos can run the ball. Cincinnati's pretty good at stopping the run. So like, all right, Bengals can pass the ball. The Broncos one of the best scoring defenses, best pass defense in the league. Surtain up there looking like a vet already. So everything else, it leans me more toward Broncos. I feel like because they at home and Bengals up and down and consistent. But Teddy versus Joe, ain't no way I'm taking Teddy. There's no way. I don't know.
I'm over here looking at the weather in Denver. There's no chance of rain today.
I need snow, something to make me go with Denver.
No, that would be. Yeah, I'm terrified of Teddy Bridgewater. Any type of weather condition. You hear me? But like you said, it's not as simple as Joe Burrow versus Teddy Bridgewater. It's not. Like you said, the contrast of styles. Like I think the Cincinnati, like overall, I think they're pretty average defense across the board against the run and the pass. But like you say, Denver really, really runs the football, and they're pretty good at that. They're not very good at throwing the football. Also, Cincinnati's pretty average at at stopping the pass and that thing. But I think Cincinnati's just a little young. I think that Jamar Chase, and I'll be the first to admit he's kind of on a that is going down. So I think that directly impacts the offense because when he was, popping off 40, 50-yard touchdown catches every week, You know, that offense looked completely different. And now it seems like defenses are making some adjustments to what Cincinnati got going on. I haven't seen them yet make that counter and show us they're a legit team that's anything but maybe an 8-8. I mean, what's the new 8-8? What's 9-9?
8-9, same thing. Yeah,
they're sitting at that place, so it's not as simple as Teddy Bridgewater versus Joe Burrow. I'm staying out of this. I think I'm gonna rely on you and figure out wherever you sit is where I'm taking my money today.
It's crazy because I don't think nobody believes Broncos should be in the playoffs. Like if you ask anybody, any expert fan, nobody wants Broncos in. So Cincinnati been a better team. Blow out Baltimore, blow out Pittsburgh, but Broncos blow out Cowboys, blow out Chargers. You know, but get blown up by the Eagles, get blown up by Kansas City. I mean, you know, it is both teams are just so inconsistent. But Cincinnati might be more desperate because they lost last week. I don't know.
Right now, like, and when I say better right now, who's trending in the? Who's, you know, if you had to give them a grade right now, who got the higher grade right now?
I think I will lean Cincinnati because Broncos beat Giants, Jacksonville, Jets, Washington before Washington won their little win streak or whatever. But they beat the Lions. So Broncos beat everybody supposed to beat. But then they upset Dallas and upset Chargers. So I'm like,
and is the Chargers game a true upset?
Right. You know.
Right. You know what I'm
saying?
I mean, yeah. Break it down like that. Cincinnati got, I go with Cincinnati too.
I think Cincinnati is like everything points Broncos, but I still come down to that last factor. If Teddy Bridgewater got the ball in his hands to go win it, Bengals.
Yeah.
Simple. All right. Falcons travel to San Francisco to play Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. Debo Samuel and them boys -8.5 over under 47. If Debo playing running back, 49ers win the game. They're undefeated when he plays running back. So I don't think Kyle Shanahan is going to flip the switch all of a sudden today against Atlanta Falcons.
No.
As a Vikings fan, I'm rooting for the 49ers to whoop Falcons up, trying to get up in that playoffs.
This might be a 35 carry game for Debo. If it's any game that he can get 35 carries, is against the Falcons. You hear me?
The only thing that scares me about the Atlanta Falcons, man, when Cordell Patterson's on the field, Falcons offense is like, you talk about MVPs, put Patterson for a non-quarterback, he got to be out there somewhere because he don't even got the stats for it. It just feel like when he's on the field, it's a whole different team.
If you translated those stats across the games he missed, he might have some MVP type numbers.
Yeah, because he been whipping people behind in fantasy. And it's crazy. All the teams that had him, Minnesota, Chicago, Patriots.
Nobody ever decided to use him like this. Why? Don't know. Ty Montgomery got a shot. Why can't this? You know. You feel me?
Yeah, that's the crazy.
Tebow got a shot to play tight end, man. It took this long for this guy to get a different opportunity in the league. Come on now.
Falcons are 6-7 against the spread. When they lose, they get blown out. They lost to Carolina week 6. It went back and forth. Week 8. I'm sorry. They went back and forth. They beat Carolina barely this past week. So that was more of a split, and they barely lost to Washington. But blown up by the Eagles 32-6. You're blown up by the Buccaneers twice. Falcons beat you 43-3, and then New England beat you 25-0. If we're talking about outside of Philly, the rest of the teams are top-notch teams. The 49ers are trending in that same direction and beating the Rams. They beat Rams, Vikings, and they beat the Bengals last week. So they're beating teams who are above 5, right above 500 or above right now, and they're looking great. So they're going that same direction. Atlanta traveling to San Francisco on the road. I gotta lean 49ers in this game. I don't know if that spread. If it was like 6.5, I'll take it. That number of 8.5, 49ers, Falcons covering late scares me a little bit. But 49ers got to win this game. It's a must win for both teams. So if 49ers still got a chance to win the not NFC West, but they got a chance to be the 5 seed over the Rams. So get a better matchup. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah. I'm taking the over on this definitely. I think this is going to be an over game for certain. Here's my diagnosis. Anytime Matt Ryan steps foot outside of a dome, he's going to fall behind by a lot of points. But he will make the game respectable by giving you 300 yards in the fourth quarter and 21 points. And he will fucking fuck the spread up. He will fuck the spread up. They will. It will be a game where San Francisco could have easily covered the 8.5, and because the Falcons just like to throw for 300 yards and score 21 points in the fourth quarter when they're down 50, they'll cover the spread.
Yeah.
Go with the over. Go with the over.
Go with the over on this right here. So we'll move on because that's really all it is for this game. Green Bay -7 at Baltimore, over under 44. Lamar Jackson
status.
Lamar, as of last night, I think he's trending more not playing. That's what I expect. I haven't seen the update at this time, but I don't care if he plays or not. Baltimore is too banged up. I don't see how they stop Aaron Rodgers at all.
Yeah, Marlon Humphrey was the final straw. Like, okay, Marcus Peters, we did it. Okay, but now it's like, all right, we don't have a cornerback on our roster that could actually probably cover Kev. They can. Obviously they can't guard me, but
right? Okay.
But nah. Baltimore, like you say, with or without Lamar Jackson, they aren't banged up in bad shape. I think I got a dog going crazy back there. But I think Green Bay, I think they were going to cover this 7-point spread with or without. I think that defense is just too banged up. I don't think it's a wrap. I think this is a wrap. I think it's about a 10 to 13 point game.
Yeah, I'm thinking. And this might be crazy to say this, and don't get mad when I say this, but the way they're playing, the way Lamar's been playing, does it really matter if Tyler's playing or not? Tyler Huntley playing? I don't think Lamar making a big difference right now. Last few weeks he's been.
Yeah, but it's Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson. Yeah, he playing bad, but for some reason they always got a chance.
Yeah, give me Green Bay spread easily in this game.
Yeah.
Cam's New Orleans Saints take on Tampa Bay -11, over under 46 with the great Taysom Hill at quarterback.
What's up, man? What's up, Vegas? Like we got 3 straight regular season wins on this guy. We can't get some love.
That's fair. Trevor Siemian did go beat him last time, but there's no way Buccaneers not
over on their own today. I'm just gonna be quite honest. And it's not because the Saints defense is bad. They're gonna be on the field for quite a few minutes today. And I think in the back of Brady's head, that narrative of being beat by the Saints 3 straight times in the regular season it bothers him. It will bother me, and I think he's gonna come out here and try to put his foot, Leonard Fournette foot, Mike Evans foot, Chris Godwin foot, and everybody else's foot on the Tampa Bay offense into the Saints rectum, and I think they will practically almost cover the over by themselves. I can see very easily the Tampa Bay Buccaneers scoring anywhere from 32 to 37 points today in this football game, and I think it'll get ugly today in Tampa.
Yeah, I think Saints has been an up and down team. You pretty much know what games they're going to win, and the games they're going to lose, and this is probably one of those games. Yeah, I just don't. It's crazy though. At least you got Kamara back. At least because if you had Mark Ingram back too. So, but Sean Payton not there.
Might help out. Yeah, Sean. That's what I was about to say. So that's. I didn't even want to go there because I think people, as a fan, people were like, "That's an excuse." Like, no, the guru was gone. We don't have a chance.
Who's the intern? Is it Dennis Allen?
I heard Sean Payton had COVID. I just was like, I don't care who taking over.
Because if it's Dennis Allen, he's a coordinator for a reason. He already had head coach job, and he didn't last long.
We're done, Kev. This is one of them. Don't make me deal. Yeah, thank you. Don't make me deal with this long.
Oh, next game, Vegas versus Cleveland Browns. Browns back to being the favorite. They've been going back and forth all game. I'll tell you right now, this is a game you do not touch at all. Baker's not playing as of right now, and neither is Case Keenum. This game is moved to Monday night. It's supposed to play Saturday. So they're on the 3rd string quarterback versus Derek Carr. You should take Derek Carr. You should take the Raiders. But I still don't. But the Raiders, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't. The Raiders are like, what are they record? I'm trying to scroll back.
The Raiders got a 1 winning season in 20 years. They got 6 wins.
I don't trust anything about them. Like from the beginning of the Raiders just pissed me off. Like the first couple 2-3 weeks of the season, I thought the Raiders are gonna have a really good offense. They're gonna be competitive this year, and nothing about them has been very good, consistent. Nah, I'm no.
Good on it.
I'm,
Good
yeah,
on
I'm just good on them, and I'm not
avoid
talking. I don't want to avoid. There's a third string quarterback out there.
this game Monday night, 5 o'clock. I ain't even gonna be home by then. I don't get
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, don't worry about it. People be in traffic and they'll get home and be blessed that that game will be probably off by then.
right. Vikings -5.5 take on Chicago Bears over under 45. It's another desperate Vikings have. If they want to make the playoffs, they got to win the day. Because Washington plays Philly, Atlanta plays San Francisco. So you win your game, you're in. Before you even play your game, you can already be in there. So, the only thing that scares me about this game is Justin Fields. I don't know what to make do. He might be great, he might be bad. I don't know.
If you had to make a choice in your heart right now that you would have to stick with the rest of your life, is he bad or good? Because I think that's a really interesting conversation to have. You know, the Justin Fields moving from here. Is he good quarterback? Is he a bad quarterback? Is he worth the time, or should he be on the Tua Tagovailoa second year plan?
I'm going to lean the side that he's more good than he is bad.
Okay.
But I think because he has the ability to extend plays, use his legs.
This is your second time playing them, right?
First time.
First time. Okay. So y'all just this would be your first time seeing them. I wish we had another sample size that you could have seen to really give you analysis. We might have to touch.
I'll say Minnesota and Green Bay are similarly built. So that's what Minnesota has to lean their hat on. I mean, obviously they ain't got Aaron Rodgers, but when you talk about Kirk Cousins and Jefferson versus Rodgers and Adams, Cook and Jones, like they pretty much got the same nuclear. So we'll see how they attack the Bears defense. But yeah, stopping Justin Fields is going to be the main thing because we couldn't stop Lamar Jackson from running 100 yards on us. And Fields want to run the ball the whole time. He probably get away with it. So I'm taking Vikings though. I think Vikings 5.5 might be too much because we always, come down to the last play of the game. So I'll just take the money line and leave that alone.
Yeah, I was about to say I was in Chicago, take the money line. Minnesota are like the Northern Falcons where they just know how to either lose embarrassingly to teams they're not supposed to lose to or make it Broadway cinema when they do win. Yeah.
You go 29-0 and I'm scared. What?
You feel me? I would hate that. I can't.
That's crazy, man.
Do that.
All right, Seattle on the road against the LA Rams -6.5. OBJ is back. He was in protocols, but now he's back. I think Ramsey is still out as we speak. So
yeah.
Rams -6.5 at home. It's the NFC West game. Those games are always coming down to the last. And see, I mean, Russell Wilson has looked good the last few weeks. Outside of the first game against the Packers, I might leave that alone. But
he looked what?
He looked good.
He looked okay last week. He finally had a game where he looked like he was actually an all-pro quarterback before.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say that. He just finally looked like a guy who didn't rush himself back from injury to prove.
Yeah. So
to prove
they look good against 49ers and look good against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So, to come back against 49ers, but you look good those two games. I assume they're going to trend. They might not win this game, but they might can cover the 6.5. But then again, I thought Cardinals was going to do something to the Rams, and the Rams obliterated them. So NFC West is hard. It's hard to pick. I feel like you should always take the points in the NFC West.
I think that's a good enough spread too. I think the Rams, like I said, I think they got something to play for. I think they chasing the Cardinals. I think they one game out, first place.
Okay.
And I think who's up there? Arizona. You got
Tampa Bay and Dallas
and Green Bay. And I think they in a spot where they can stay there. And I think it's a division game. I think this is a statement game for them. I think Seattle. Let's put them in the Carolina Panthers. You're done. Go away. Trade Russell Wilson to another team immediately. sweepstakes. So I think they're done. I think Rams. I think easily cover this spread. I'm just not. I'm not that the Seattle can't protect the quarterback. They can't even run the ball anymore. They used to be able to run the ball. Can't even do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the points, but Rams win.
You-
But Rams gonna win. I do know that
So for certain,
And
I think they'll cover the spread.
these games are on Tuesday, so like your fancy matchups are going all the way to Tuesday. So Washington, Philadelphia. I can do other things with my Tuesday. I don't even do no Tuesday, but I do a lot of things on Tuesday. And they won't be watching this Washington Eagles game.
I'm watching this.
Tyler Heineke, protocol.
I forgot about it.
Kyle Allen,
COVID.
protocol.
Third string quarterback. Never mind. We are out on Washington and Philadelphia.
I don't care. Jalen Hurts played the first half. Eagles can Jalen Hurts first and third quarter, Minshew second and fourth, and they still might win by 30 in the game. Yeah. I don't know. I can't trust a third string quarterback when your starter is Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
See, I can't even say his name. So
you can't Brett Favre Jr. name and they down to their third string quarterback. That should tell you something.
Right. So and no way I believe in Kyle Allen anyway. So
yeah.
Give me Eagles. Eagles in this game, pretty convincingly.
And the fantasy managers, if you're looking for a defense to start the Philly defense.
Yeah, got to. All right, we're moving to our segment, bet, lock, and fade of the week. So the game we talked about, we're gonna, double down on some of these games. So I'll go first. Bet of the week. We talk about all these games. I'm taking Green Bay -7 over Baltimore Ravens with or without Lamar Jackson. Give me that as my bet of the week. It is too much for Green Bay and for Baltimore to handle all these injuries.
Bet of the week for Cam Will, man. I hate to do it to my boys, but the Saints, man, I'm serious about this. -11 to Tampa Bay. Bet of the week. It's insane to think that a -11 in the NFL is a bet that I'm telling you people to go out and lock in. But I really think that the Saints are going to get their candy asses kicked today. And if you want to go make you some money, go lock that bet in.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that is a
lot of points.
That is a lot of points.
And when I talk about my lock of the week, Buffalo Bills -13.
Oh,
taking it -13. I don't care how many points it is. 20, 35. Bills.
That's both ours. We both got to have that. Buffalo.
Give me Bills lock of the week. Panthers, sorry. I'm back. No, you're not.
Can I fade Bills the other way to like 25? I need to play them.
Give me Bills lock of the week, man. There's no way. There's no way they keep this game close.
I guess I should have used that as the Bucs as the lock of the week. Then and went somewhere else with the bet of the week.
No, you can do the same. That's fine. You can do the same thing. That's fine. It's just so.
It's easy. I just feel like that's
easy to me. It's so easy.
I'm just gonna share with you because I really share that sentiment. The lock of the week really is Buffalo. I may be wrong about my Saints, and I'd be happy to be wrong about them, but I truly am not wrong about what's gonna happen to Carolina today. Yeah. So right.
Yeah. Give me the Bills, man. Fade of the week.
I need to find it.
Fade of the week. Man, it's a lot of good games, but Broncos, Bengals. These are two of the most inconsistent teams in the league. You tell me you can give me any reason why Broncos win. I'm gonna say you're right, and you can give me any reason why Bengals can win, and I'll tell you you're right as well. So I'm gonna take a different approach. I'm gonna say fade the entire game of Broncos Cincinnati in this game. But also I'm gonna do is fade that Browns -3. Why? Why is that why is Baker gonna play? If Baker and Keenum out, I don't I don't care. Could Chubb out too, ain't he? I know Landry out. Like
Chubb's good to be out. I'm not. Yeah, he ruined a season of mine. Some people, I just get week 15. There's certain guys in the NFL I don't even want to hear their name. And Nick Chubb right now, you're one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna fade that Broncos Bengals game, but I'm fading the Browns -3. That is ridiculous.
Ooh, hold on. That Jets then jumped to -10 now. -10. I think. The Pittsburgh and Tennessee, they down to 1.
They're down to 1. Yeah, so see some movement. Bills back. Bills are 14. A whole point.
Yeah.
Vegas no. Still taking 14. I don't care. I'll take 17.
Let me check on this Saints. They still 11.5. They see. I'm telling you. Oh no, they went up to 11. Yeah, they're at 11.5 now.
They know.
I'm trying to tell you.
They know.
But
they know.
Both of my fades. I was gonna say fade that Cleveland bet because that's just I don't know. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. If Derek Carr can't beat the third string.
Yeah, like what are we doing here? What's happening here?
All right, here we go. My parlay of the week. I'm gonna go and take. So while you think of yours, I'm gonna go ahead and go solo for this quick little segment. So, so I know the money lines of who's going to win. Okay, I can throw $300, $400 on those, and I'd be completely confident in guys winning the game. But if I'm going to be a little risky, here's my parlay of the week. I'm taking the Bills money line. It's a lot. Got to add it on here. Give me Dolphins money line. Cowboys to cover the spread. Jacksonville money line. Jaguars against the Texans. That's a little scary. And also give me the Packers to cover the spread against the Ravens. So that's my 5 parlay. You put $100 on that, you win 1,100. So give me Bills minus 14, Dolphins money line, Cowboys to cover the spread, Jacksonville money line, and Packers to cover the spread. $100 win you $1,100. So that's Kev's parlay of the week.
I don't know if I can put together a 5 that look. I'm over here like in my phone right now, like trying to put together a parlay of the week. And I don't know if I can get one as nice as yours right now. But what I will go with, so I'll start with the money line, like you say, Dallas. I'm taking Dallas money line over the Giants. I'm taking the Buffalo money line over Buffalo over Carolina. I'm taking Arizona money line over Detroit. And then since they want to play with my emotions, I'm gonna take the Vegas money line.
I like that.
Huh?
I like that.
Vegas money line versus Cleveland. And then I like to throw some sauce in there, but I don't got time for it. So what I'll do is I'll also take, just for parlay purposes, the Saints to cover.
So you said Saints to cover.
Yeah, I think
Vegas money line.
Vegas money line. Buffalo money line, Dallas money line, Arizona money line.
Okay.
That's just something I put together last minute, right here.
Cowboys, Bills, Cardinals money line.
It's not gonna make you a lot of money. Very low risk. And just because we in the NFL, the Saints really do have a very strong chance to not get their ass beat by 12 points.
$100 win almost 600. So that's not a bad profit. I mean, because you know the top 3 gonna win. Buffalo money line, Cardinal, Cowboys. So all you got to worry about is the Raiders and the Saints. That's not too risky plays. That's
not to get their ass kicked too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
$585 on a $100 bet. Not the worst thing. I get better next time. I'm gonna come with some heat next time.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
so that's our show for the day. Hope for the prize. I mean, you can just lay 400 on just the heavy favorites. And like we said, it's not any given Sunday anymore. I don't see teams who going for the 1 seed are going to walk in this game. I don't see Arizona walking into Detroit and like, it's Detroit. No, we need to win this game. I don't see Cowboys walking into New York and say, the Giants. No, we need to win this game. So give me the heavy favorites, man. If you do want to take an easy day and call it a day, throw it on those guys and you should win.
I definitely think it's an easy day because even if you take with the Saints part, the Saints hitting at 11.5, you can go take a $200 bet, right, and get 517 just off of betting Buffalo, Dallas, Arizona on the money line, and then taking the Raiders for the upset.
Yeah, right. The quarterback. Yeah, I better hear Derek Carr protocol too for some reason for it to be -3 Browns or something because I don't understand that. So that's not bad at all. So I mean, you can even add go ahead and throw who you said you already got Buffalo in there. So you can really throw Buccaneers money line instead of taking the Saints to cover.
Right.
You still good. So I mean, it's an easy day, man. Y'all don't think too hard about this today. The 50-50 games are what they are. Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Broncos. Those games can go either way. Be careful. Be careful. Tread lightly. So appreciate you, Cam, for joining us.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Shout out to Edge House for all the data that they give us. So we'll be back next week, and we'll see. We should be thousandaires next week.
For sure. Make sure y'all tap in with us. Wild Card Sports, man. Hunt for the prize, man. Appreciate having me, Kev, man. Hopefully I can come back for episodes to come, man.
We'll get you back. No doubt.